Part 12, questions 1 through 5. Have you ever claimed to be a U.S. citizen? Have you ever? In your lifetime. Claim. To say something without proof. Claim to be a U.S. citizen. To say you are a U.S. citizen. Have you ever registered to vote in any federal, state, or local election in the United States? Register. To sign up. Vote. To choose a leader. Register to vote. Sign up to choose a leader. Do you now have, or did you ever have, a hereditary title or an order of nobility in any foreign country? Hereditary title. The title you receive when you are born into a royal family, such as a prince or princess. Order of nobility. A position given by a king or queen, such as a duke. Have you ever been declared legally incompetent or been confined to a mental institution? Declared legally incompetent. Told by a doctor that you can't make important decisions for yourself. Confined to a mental institution. Forced to stay in a hospital for people with mental problems. Questions 6 through 9. Do you owe any overdue federal, state, or local taxes? Owe. Need to pay. Overdue taxes. Didn't pay taxes on time. Have you ever not filed a federal, state, or local tax return since you became a lawful permanent resident? File a tax return. Send a tax form to the government. Have you ever called yourself a non-U.S. resident on a federal, state, or local tax return since you became a lawful permanent resident? Non-U.S. resident. Someone who doesn't live in the U.S. Have you ever been a member of, involved in, or in any way associated with any organization, association in the United States or in any other location in the world? Member. A person part of a group. Associated with. Connected to. Organization. A group of people with the same idea. Questions 10 through 12. Have you ever been a member of or in any way associated with the Communist Party? The Communist Party. A group that believes the government should own and control everything, such as North Korea. any other totalitarian party. Totalitarian party. A group that believes the government should control everything that people do. A terrorist organization. Terrorist organization. A group that uses violence to hurt people or the government. Have you ever advocated the overthrow of any government by force or violence? Advocate. To support. Overthrow. To remove a government by force. Have you ever persecuted any person because of race, religion, national origin, membership in a particular social group, or political opinion? Persecute. To hurt someone badly because of religious or political beliefs. National origin. Where a person is from. Question 14. Were you ever involved in any way with genocide? Involve. To take part in. Genocide. To kill a group of people because of their religion or race. Were you ever involved in any way with torture? Torture. To cause great pain to someone. Were you ever involved in any way with killing or trying to kill someone? Kill. To cause someone to die. Were you ever involved in any way with forcing or trying to force someone to have any kind of sexual contact or relations? Forcing sexual contact or relations. Touching someone sexually when that person doesn't want it. Question 15. Were you ever a member, or did you ever serve in, help, or otherwise participate in self-defense unit? Participate. To be part of. Self-defense unit. A group that protects a community using weapons. Military unit. The official army for a country. Paramilitary unit. A group that acts like the military but is not official. Militia. An army that is not official. Police unit. A group that enforces the law and stops crime. Vigilante unit. A group that acts like the police but is not official. Rebel group. A group that fights a government. Insurgent organization. A group that uses weapons to fight a government. Guerrilla group. A group that uses weapons to fight the military, police, or government. Question 16. Were you ever a worker, volunteer, or soldier, or did you otherwise ever serve in prison camp? Serve. To work. Prison camp. A place to keep enemy soldiers. Detention facility. A place where people are forced to stay. Labor camp. A place where people are forced to work. Prison or jail. A place where the police keep people who have been arrested. Questions 17 through 21. Were you ever a part of any group, or did you ever help any group, unit, or organization that used a weapon against any person or threatened to do so? Threaten. To tell someone you're going to hurt them. Weapon. A knife or a gun. Did you ever recruit, enlist, conscript, or use any person under 15 years of age to serve in or help an armed force or group? Recruit. To ask. Enlist. To sign up. Conscript. To require. Did you ever use any person under 15 years of age to do anything that helped or supported people in combat? Combat. To fight in a war. Questions 22 through 25. Have you ever committed, assisted in committing, or attempted to commit a crime or offense for which you were not arrested? Crime. An action that breaks the law. Offense. Minor crime. Committing a crime. To do something that breaks the law. Have you ever been arrested, cited, or detained by any law enforcement officer for any reason? Arrested. Caught by the police. Cited. Given a ticket by the police. Detained. Taken to jail by the police. Have you ever been charged with committing, attempting to commit, or assisting in committing a crime or offense? Charged. The police formally tells you that you did something illegal. Have you ever been convicted of a crime or offense? Convicted. Found guilty of a crime under the law. Question 30. Have you ever been a habitual drunkard? Habitual drunkard. Alcoholic. Have you ever been a prostitute or procured anyone for prostitution? Prostitute. Someone who has sex for money. Prostitution. Having sex for money. Procure. To encourage someone. Have you ever sold or smuggled controlled substances, illegal drugs, or narcotics? Smuggle. To bring something illegally into the country. Controlled substances. Drugs regulated by the government. Narcotics. Illegal drugs such as heroin or cocaine. Have you ever married someone in order to obtain an immigration benefit? Obtain. To gain something. Immigration benefit. Things like a visa, green card, or citizenship. Have you ever gambled illegally or received income from illegal gambling? Illegal gambling. To play a game for money that is against the law. Have you ever failed to support your dependents or to pay alimony? Dependent. Someone who is relying on another person financially. Pay alimony. To give money to an ex-spouse after a divorce. Have you ever made any misrepresentation to obtain any public benefit in the United States? Misrepresentation. Lying about who you are or something you did. Public benefit. Money from the government, such as food stamps. Questions 31 through 36. Have you ever given any U.S. government officials any information or documentation that was false, fraudulent, or misleading? False. Not true. Fraudulent. To claim something that is not true. Misleading. Telling others something that is not true. Have you ever lied to any U.S. government officials to gain entry or admission into the United States or to gain immigration benefits while in the United States? Lie. To say things that are not true. Have you ever been placed in removal, exclusion, rescission, or deportation proceedings? Removal. Making someone leave the U.S. Exclusion. Not allowing someone to enter the U.S. Deportation. Forcing someone to leave the U.S. Rescission. Canceling a visa to stay in the U.S. Deportation proceedings. Legal process of deporting a person. Questions 45 through 50. Do you support the Constitution and form of government of the United States? Constitution. The supreme law of the land. The form of government in the U.S. Republic. Do you understand the full oath of allegiance to the United States? Oath of allegiance to the United States. A promise to be loyal to the United States. If the law requires it, are you willing to bear arms on behalf of the United States? Bear arms. To own or use a gun. Bear arms on behalf of the United States. To use a gun to defend the United States during a war. If the law requires it, are you willing to perform non-combatant services in the U.S. Armed Forces? Non-combatant services. Services that do not engage in fighting. Example of non-combatant services: nursing, cooking, or translation. If the law requires it, are you willing to perform work of national importance under civilian direction? Work of national importance. Important tasks during a national crisis. Civilian. Anyone who is not in the military. Example of work of national importance under civilian direction. Helping the Red Cross during an earthquake.